How we doing, traders? Who's ready to get into at the close? Looks like some call it a relief rally, some call it a dead cat bounce. I just want to know what's going to happen in the CPI tomorrow. That's what I want to know because everything is going to be watching what happens at the CPI. And will we get some traders maybe to sell some profits into the close here? Who knows? Who wants to be a little bit long into that CPI report? Have to find out. At the close, let's see what Joel Elconin thinks and see if we can hang on here to this rally.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
All right, let's take a look at this market. Are we rallying? Yeah, we're rallying. But of course, good old CPI tomorrow. What do you see, Joel?
This is deja vu all over again. I'm getting a little bit nervous. I'll run down the futures real quick, and then I'll tell you the trading action that I'm looking at for last month. It has me a little bit on edge. I wouldn't say on edge, but the scenario set up here is looking a lot like last month. We're up 38 and three quarters handles to 79.50. We had one little dip under 39.50, but that was bought up real quickly. Established a bid over 38, 39.60. Took out Monday's high. Who thought we'd take out Monday's high today? That was the target on the upside, and we got to 84.50, backed off five handles. Still got a shot to close on the highs. The buck is down 4 cents, matching highs on the upside. Quiet day again as traders brace for that CPI number. You got the bonds up almost a stick here, 29.30 seconds at 129 and 430 seconds. We got a double top in there at 130. Crude having a good day, up 254. Shrug off the inventory numbers, up 254 at 77.66. Gold flirting with 1800, got to 1890.90, but backed off, up 450 at 1881. Silver, that's down 12 and a half cents, going the other way, up 23.54. A lot of times silver leads the gold market, and Bitcoin futures finding a home in the 17,000 handle, up $55 at 17,590.
Of course, let's get into the action. Let's start off with our leadership. We were talking about this for a while, of course, right before the year started. Would our leadership continue the downside action? Looks like we've been seeing, right? Those starting to at least show some type of reversal. Stronger one on the day, definitely Amazon. And you guys can see pretty much since, January 3rd, our first trading day of the year, Amazon's been, had a little 2-day pullback, but since then it's been strong.
Yeah, and I think some noise on advertising revenues not being quite as bad. So you got a big move. This is what we needed. These big stocks. I was hoping they would just stop going down, right? Being such a big component of the index. Well, not only have they stopped going down, but they're going up here. This is one of the best days it's had since it split, up nearly $5 and 5.5%. That's a big old move for a big old stock. This is now in the green nicely for 2023. Next daily high, we'll keep an eye on, and the overnight and pre-market trading for you Amazon traders would be the high from the 13th. Oh boy, going back to that day, 13th and 14th, folks. If you guys are checking for levels, just keep an eye on where we were back during that December CPI release. Actually, I want to go back to that real quickly because this is, I'm not sure if you can see, I'm going to make the daily a little bit bigger here. So we rallied, we were kind of like a little bit nervous, but ahead of that December November, but it came out in December. We had a huge spike up to 4180. Tailed off that day, really from the open of the regular session, and then the next day, I don't know if Powell like kicked us in the face or something, but that was off the favorable reading, popped to 4180. Only 5, 6, 7 sessions later, you were back under 3,800. Now we're coming back up to this area again, not quite the route. We'll see what kind of bar we get tomorrow, but really high expectations going into that print. Or what are they looking for? Like 6.5?
They're looking for 6.5. Remember, we're prior was 7.1. I don't know. I feel like they're looking for a really light report and then the trend to continue as strong as it's been, if
Wow.
not continuing to go stronger to, of course, to where we want disinflation, right? So one of the things that I think we need to keep watch, right, are what are some of the opportunities, and are this going to be the moment to sell the January rip, or should we just keep watching these stocks? So what I did was I reposted this from kind of Bespoke, so we can go into some of these. These are 20% gainers in the Russell 1000 for the year. So you guys can see some of this kind of movement that's happening recently. Take a look at some of these names that are show up on this. Of course, you guys see like WWE, that at least is more news related. But there's some other ones on here, right? Like Peloton showing up on here, making its way back. That doesn't look the worst chart as it started to make its way back for the year. These are the type of stocks that we could be looking for January effect. But the only question is, are some of these more a rip to sell? That's what I think you need to be starting to question now. Joel, I don't know if you noticed you did the good old mute trick, but let me know. What do you think about this?
New trick, huh? Because I don't want to cough on people. Boy, I tell you, I mean, you're sitting on 20, 25% profits in a week and a half. Boy, oh boy. I mean, if you're at your targets, if you want to peel some off, I mean, that's a pretty big moves.
Yeah.
Let's just run through some of those stocks. We
Let's
got
do
the
it.
Peloton, which is moving up.
Look at the Zillow group. The Zillow group, man.
Z, yeah, well, there
Z.
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 Man, look at that. We got an upgrade on that a couple days ago, didn't we?
Yeah, and hasn't looked back.
Look at that. Man, look at 32 to 42. Holy mackerel. That's a yearly move. Oh man, I don't know, man. Now you're making me even more nervous. I mean, I'm not in any of these stocks. 42, 44, except for Peloton, but maybe for rallies another $10, we'll get back to our lower entry price. 42.44 was your June high, and you just got to 42.70. So a little pause in the action. Things open up after that. Just good start to the year and momentum. I definitely would not be chasing these into the report. And maybe if it's the bad report, you gotta have some kind of retracement here. S&Ps looks like we are attracting a little profit taking here into the close. We back to 7.5 handles off that high of 84.50. But this is an interesting list, Mitch. Let's keep going. I know.
Yeah, let's do some of these.
That-
There's a couple here. If you want to grab one, we can. But just some that caught my attention. Look at the lift chart. Lift chart has been down towards pretty much the lows, and look at that turnaround.
yeah,
And that came on the Uber mention, right? The rating on Uber.
I do have a level I like for you guys, for you lift traders here. You better take a look, a real hard look here, just over $14. You have a trio of highs. Let's just call it 14.20. This was back in November before you, I believe, had bad earnings, fall off a cliff, went into single digits. Now this one did start to rally at the end of the year. I'd keep at 14.20. That's a 3-star for lift. Is Uber back over 30? Let's see. Uber, no, 28.17. That 29, just 29 the quarter area. That looks like a real stickler there for Uber. Where else? Keep going. Let's keep going.
Let's go to the airlines. There's some that even show up on here. United Airlines, JetBlue Airways. Let's take a look at both of those.
All right, JetBlue. Look at that. Is that merger? What's going on with that? With Say, with
I think
Spirit.
it's going through.
We haven't talked about that in a while.
Yeah.
Boy, just I mean, if you look at the November and December highs, $8, $8, $8, $8. So at least the first time up there, looks like you're finding some resistance. The Jets ETF only been down 1 day this year. Maybe they should cancel more flights, and because that needs to close above 19 and a quarter to post its highest close since August. Delta, I don't love the Delta chart here, folks. And this is a sign of a reversal here in Delta. So if you're using that as your leading indicator, you worked your way into the 38 handle and now closing near the lows of the sessions. United Airline, that's a thinner one. That's a big move. That's still trading on highs of the sessions. Red on the first day of the year, but green every day since.
I'll bring up a stock that's up in 3.5 months. This stock is up 74.4%. SCCO, Southern Copper Corp. Looks like copper is where we should have been looking for the beginning of the year because this has been ripping.
That is, did that have a spike there? Or that's just my whatchamacallit, the graph or the grid there. A little bit of red, a little bit of a red bar. Still green on the session, up $1.45. But what that red bar symbolizes is that they were trading below the open. Not by much, not by much at all. You had that higher open. Go to 73.98. You got a little gap in here between 72.09 and 72.68. Still a strong move. If you don't want to, take the profits here to $73 area, move your stops up a little bit. This is coming near all-time highs. So, and this is not a good in the copper market. Well, that's corn. Copper. It's always a tough symbol. Do you know what? The only reason I know what the symbol for copper is,
Well, how do you know it?
I think, isn't Hg, what do they call that, like in chemistry, where they have the periodic table of
The
elements?
periodic table. Is it one of the elements? Is
I
that?
think so. I think it's Hg.
I used to be good at that back when I was in school, but I mean, I haven't done chemistry in a
Uh,
long time. So
Good old Mr. Joel Campbell had him back chemistry. I only had one semester of it too. So, or one.
I only
1 year.
remember like AU. AU, I think, is gold, and that's
Yes,
why I trade
yes.
that one. There you go. You see, Joel, not
Silver,
too bad in
let's just do it.
science.
Silver, I think, was an easy one. Maybe copper's Fe. I might be wrong. I bet you the chat's all over me on this one.
Trust me, they'll hold
If
us
I
to
did get it wrong.
it.
Man, oh man, did you? I don't think, is it CU? I don't know about that. HG is Mercury. David Connor, we got a chemist in the house. Did you see Crocs today?
No, I didn't see it today. I know the Nikes continue strong, but Crocs, man, the shoes with holes in them, keep going. It don't matter what holes. They don't got holes in the chart, at least.
Now Jay Rice is saying HG is copper. So we got a big debate going on here. Man, oh man, what a move in Crocs here. Mitch, you're good on charts like this because you look at them, you're like, man, this looks good. And I'm thinking, wow, is it going to stall out at 115? And no can do. Great move. Nike continues to forge higher. Let's look at Skechers. Skechers on the move again. The shoes, apparel. Let's go to now. Now we're getting a mixed debate here. Now, what else was there in the shoe? Let's look at Steve Madden. That's been a little bit of a laggard, but that's having a good day. So, market is doing well.
CU is copper, just to cut it out there. I'll solve the battle there. I did a little research while I was in the back
What's HG on this for?
Let's see. I'll bring up an image here just so that we can kind of resolve it. We're learning some science today on At the Close.
It is
Wouldn't you
Mercury.
know it, team?
It is Mercury. All right, let's go. Let's move on to our movers here. We mentioned the Crocs. We mentioned the Nike. What else? What else you got for me?
All right. Of course, today was also a day where we did get some ratings and some kind of the growth names. Coinbase was one that got a downgrade by Bank of America. Who's going to get it right? Because there's some upgrades in Coinbase now. There's some downgrades. I don't know. I'm staying out of this one for sure. I'm not touching coin, but what do you see on the charts?
Yeah, the interesting day yesterday. Having a great year so far. You exceeded yesterday's high, so Bank America not winning this one. Pretty big range, 40.63. I had no idea why it stopped there. But look at it improve on the session. I don't know. I guess what you want to see here is you want to see it work its way towards up this big red bar. Next target I got for you on the upside is 46.33. But this stock up over 30% in the year so far. I guess that doesn't do you much good if you bought it over 400. But so far, Bank of
You went on mute somehow. Not sure what happened there.
I think I got a loose wire.
Yeah, it switched the mic thing again.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a short-lived decline, at least. Still up 39 handles, trying to get back into the 39.80 handle. Now, Amazon trying to cross into $95. Current high 94.98. That's going to be your biggest winner of the top components. But look at Apple. Apple left for dead, right? I thought, hey, it's going to 122. Wrong. Now you're back up on a relative strength basis, though. This is not really excelling. 133.41. That was Monday's high. 33.24. Your current high. So that'd be an important level tomorrow. Mr. Softy working its way into the gap. Up 551. We'll play Mr. Softy on the long side up till you feel that gap at 37.40. The Googster, this is as good a 2-day move as had in quite some time. Next target on the upside, 94.03. And we already did. Let's see the Amazon chart. What's that look like? Man, I don't know. Can Amazon would it be out of the realm of possibility for this thing that, it's not that far from triple digits, right? Getting back, had the big move, the big decline. So Amazon probably get some upgrades tomorrow or something. But of course, earnings season looming for all of these stocks.
We'll see what happens there. Definitely, if you can do me a favor, just for the last minute or two, Joel, just flip back the mic to the other one, and we'll see if these stocks can hold. Now, one stock that didn't want to get to a daily level that I think is important is the Tesla Dragon. We didn't talk too much about, of course, their expansion this morning as Tesla is adding 770 million to the Texas factory expansion. The expansion's for battery cell testing and manufacturing there. Of course, to get those EV credits that they want to continue getting, they're going to have to build those batteries here, right? And so I think that's one of the things that's keeping Tesla to kind of expand their Texas factory today. Couldn't get above that 123 though. Got to keep watching.
Well, intraday it did. It got. I'm just looking. It went to 25.95. I didn't have anything for you there. I think if I was long, I would have been out at 24.48. This is interesting, folks. Let's keep Mitch.
I don't know what happened there. Your headset gave up on me, man. I can't even hear you. There you go. You're back. We're gonna have to get you a new headset, my friend.
It's really wow. This because I got it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. It came back as soon as you. I don't know what
I got
happened
this
there.
one. Oh man, more computer problems. That's just what I need.
Should have had the copper cables. That's what they're saying in the chat. You like that one, right? Need to get those copper cables.
123.18 was the yearly close in Tesla. So as much as the
Mhm.
other stocks have come back, that's a big level. See if we can get to green for the year. Let's not leave Kathy out here. Kathy
Yeah,
up a buck,
in the dark.
01.34.63. Nice move for Kathy so far in 2023. So market feeling risk on going into the CPI print. Mitch, does it make any sense?
It doesn't make sense to me, but the key here would be along the facts that what are investors trying to do, right? Are they more along trying to get into the market and have exposure, or are they trying to front run the CPI report? I don't think they're trying to front run the CPI report because, I mean, we never know where that can happen, right? But I do think that investors are trying to get back into the market, right? They've been so sidelined for a while. They probably held their money. They were thinking they were going to put it back into work in maybe Q4. Maybe they didn't put so much back into work because, we still didn't have the best run in December. But now the new year is here and they're like, yeah, I'm going in. I'm buying this. I'm buying this. I'm trying to add it to my portfolio. Let's go. We're getting some stocks to run here, right? Now
Yep.
that's the only thing. Will they just take out the floor from us? That's the only thing that scares me. And what will need to happen tomorrow? Well, if they're going to really take out the floor from us, I think that we need to come in hot, right? And not just a little bit hot. Like if we're expecting 6.5, we get like 6.6. I think if we're closer to that 7.1 number and we get like maybe a 7 number, yeah, that would be the one that would knock us right back down. But if we come in with a 6 handle, Joel, a 6 handle, where could this market be tomorrow?
Boy, oh
I don't
boy. I
know,
mean,
man.
well, there's one point though. Where it goes and where it closes is two different things. And I
Yep.
want people to keep that in mind off the print. We went down to 3,500 off the bad reading, and I believe that was the September reading. We had that blow off top, so it's definitely been turning points in big moves off this. We're an area of limited daily resistance, and I keep saying that. I just wish I could just stick with that mantra. Your next daily high comes in at 40.43. That doesn't seem too far away now, right? To cross over the 4,000, but we'll see. I mean, the street is waiting. We're going to have a Jonathan Corpina too on tomorrow, live from the New York Stock Exchange. Mitch has been working diligently with the crew over
Yeah,
there to get that.
got this.
That'll be fun. We haven't had Jonathan on in a while, so let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to really speak to Corpina too long when I was on the New York Stock Exchange floor, but I did see him at work. It's always great to see those guys, doing what they do best. It's definitely an awesome experience. Don't miss that tomorrow, New York Stock Exchange, pre-market prep, 8 a.m. Eastern. 353 team. You know what we'll do? We'll take a little bit of some ticker time. Of
Sure.
course, I will bring up that KBH Homes does have earnings tonight, and then we'll take a look at that. And then we'll do a little TSM. You guys throw up some tickers. We'll grab them in a second.
I'll tell you, the interest rates and what's going on is not bothering this KBH or these home housing stocks.
Yeah,
They've
just look
held
at
up.
ITB. ITB is the one that I was thinking at some point would turn around, but this looks strong.
That's the U.S. Home Construction ETF working its way back up. Boy, oh boy. Just going specific to the KB Homes, KHB for you following at home, or KBH, man. That's dyslexia. Wow. Big move into this. Looks
Yeah.
like you're starting to clear some. I would just keep a close eye here on this $36 area. Now, I know we've crossed over it in today's session, going to 36.18, 35.97. That was a monthly high back in May of last year. Wow, you went to 24.78 the following month. So there's your round tripper for KBH. And boy, if it gets a big pop, man, you got to be tempted to try and sell into it. On a big drop, there's a lot of gaps in here. I see the first, let's say we blow through yesterday's low. Bulls will have to do a little something at 34 under. You can see where if it goes into reverse, you get a bad print. All right, SPOOs are moving. They're continuing to move up here, pressing towards that magical 4,000 level as we head into the close. I didn't get to see the imbalances there, but let's do one Alta for Florida. Boom, moving its way up. Who downgraded it? Who had the audacity, the unmitigated gall to downgrade this the other day?
Oh man, I think it was Wells Fargo, but
Okay, all right,
yeah,
busting out.
they downgraded it and lowered price target to 400. I don't know what they see.
Yeah, I don't know. But a lot of green bars for this one too. We talked that it's a pretty good. We talked about the multiple highs at the 491 area. You got a good trade when it went through that with the momentum 495.52. You're going to be posting an all-time closing high. So there's your money. There's your bogey. That new all-time closing high for Alta 4, wherever it ends up today. That's going to be a new all-time closing high by a nice margin.
Yeah, and it seems to me like it doesn't look like we'll get some sellers. I thought we might get some sellers here right at the last moments towards the bell, but we're getting a drive towards the close. That's interesting to find out.
Yep.
TSM reporting tonight, right? We'll see what happens there. I'll give you guys what you can expect to see here. It's before the open. So it's tomorrow before the open, just to kind of make sure that we got that right there. The earnings here expected is $1.77 on EPS and 20.48 on the estimate revenue. They've beat on pretty much all the reports except on July 14th, they missed revenue by just slightly, 0.49%. But other than that, the last like 5 or 6 report they've beat.
You know how I love my my dailies that lead to monthlies. Yeah, you had the warrant, big old ridiculous warrant pop. You just 83.50 area. I can't stress the importance of this level. Only $1.70 away. You hit 83.43 back on the warrant pop. The next day 83.63. Several other highs in that area. Looking at your monthlies, if you're looking for a monthly breakout here, you got 3 to 4 months of highs right in this area. So we'll see what TSM delivers for earnings, and you'll have a chance to play that one. If it's good or bad, it might be worth, and you have a position, might be worth waking up at 4 a.m. for that one.
Well, I kind of hoped we didn't have to talk about these tomorrow, but unfortunately, it looks like we might still be talking about them. The Triple BY, the GMEs, they're still making a little move. Triple BY making a little move towards the close here, actually closing towards the high on the day.
Yeah, up $1.46. Bulls win the day here, up trading at 352. Don't like to do technicals on these because they really don't matter. GME up $1.25 at 1902. Did the apes? The apes got their act in the line here. 87 cents. That's a nice move for that. Also, if you go back historically, when these stocks have had these kind of moves, it hasn't been great for the market. So we'll just keep that in the back of our minds heading into the much awaited CPI data.
All right, last one I'll do for you. I got you, Change Agent. We'll do Asana, and then we'll wrap it up for the day. Asana. I'll tell you one thing. We still haven't cut it here at Benzinga. We're still using it.
You still using it, Asana? Yeah, I'm on it quite a bit. Sana, good old Duskin Moskovitz. He's been buying this stock. Don't frown, average down. Like to see it pop just for his sake. But for Asana, we are keeping an eye on the multiple highs just above the 15 area. You go back to the middle of December. anywhere from 1450. Looks like 1450 is the level. You did have a yearly, yeah, that's the yearly high, 1440. So there's your resistance. I think you get a nice move if you can finally clear that. Well, buyers just into the close here. We are now crossed over to 39.90, just off the highs of the sessions. The buying has continued. We'll see what happens overnight. We've seen this before. They tack on another 20, 30, 40 handles overnight, and they tack on another 20, 30 in the morning, and gives some nice premium here. So I know Triple D wasn't selling the rip yet, but I wonder if he's licking his chops on this one. So great job as always, Mitch, and tune in, get a good night's sleep. We'll be ready to cover that CPI number.
Ding, ding, ding is right. That's it for us today, team. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and early on Pre-Market Prep. Don't miss it, team. Like always, keep up with your periodic table. As you learned today, we're trying to keep up on ours. Get your copper game right. Get your gold game right. And of course, keep your stock game right here on Benzinga. See you next time, team. Hit the like on the way out.